Hi everyone, this is EDL 852 and here is my introduction. A little bit about my family life. I have four beautiful daughters. Their ages are 16, 13, 11, and 4. I met my husband when I was 16, so we are high school sweethearts. And this year we'll be celebrating 17 years, which is awesome. I had my oldest daughter when I was 17. And so that was definitely something that we had to kind of work through together. But because of her and my other girls, they've definitely motivated me, helped me get through school, and that's kind of why I got into teaching. If I have any free time at all, I really to enjoy reading and cooking. I love, love, love cooking with my girls. My educational background is I graduated high school in 2004 from a really small class, and then I went on to UNK right after graduation, where I majored in special education 712 and middle school math 6-9. During that time, I also took a semester off, and so I ended up having actually three of our girls while I was in college. After my first few years of teaching, I completed a master's degree in special education from Fort Hays, and right now I'm currently working on a master's in school counseling and my uh, education endorsement as well. My first teaching job was a 712 special education teacher in a K-12 school. So during that time, I also taught 7th and 8th grade reading. I taught a math class, and I ran their transition program 18 to 21. And I also developed and implemented a Circle of Friends group. So I was extremely, extremely busy during that time. Then we went to Wyoming for a year where I taught special education in their middle school. And right now I'm in my third year at Scottsbluff High School in Scottsbluff, Nebraska. I specialize in math and behavior. I co-sponsor a Circle of Friends group. And I also support our students in our alternative ed program as well. When looking at mission and vision statements, what is a school mission statement? And these are, a couple important things that I noted. Just how you would describe your school to others, and what are the three main areas? Who do you serve? What do you want to accomplish? And what are the methods you're going to use to accomplish that goal? The vision statement really helps people see how others are going to view your school while addressing your school's highest priorities. Every district has different priorities, and that's what that's about. Role and importance of mission and vision statement, really, they just provide direction that schools want to go. So having that kind of end goal in mind when developing them. So the processes when developing a mission and vision is, obviously creating a team. Not one person can do that alone. And make sure you're including teachers and parents and community members, because really it just takes a village. And so it's so important that those people are always all included. And then deciding which two goals the team wants to focus on. Uh, but it has to be supported by data. You have to support the goals with data. Then develop and revise the statements as needed. So the picture just kind of shows the different strategies you can use in regards to the mission and vision statement. Values and priorities. So what are the processes for developing an actionable mission and vision attentive to, data, technology, values, equity, those important priorities? And I think the first thing is to conduct student and staff surveys. Really, that's what we're basing it off of. So I think it's incredibly important to get their input, because their input is valuable. It really, really is. Compare the data, talk to community members, consider the diversity of your school. Our school is 42% Hispanic, 52% Caucasian, 2% American Indian. So we have quite a diverse school here. And it's so incredibly important to take all of those things into consideration when working on your vision and mission statements. So kind of the good and the bad. Good ones are really academically focused. Your objectives are clearly expressed. It's visible. I know I watched a lot of videos, and really that's the thing is people aren't talking about it. It's not really visible. And it's not something that's necessarily modeled very well. So that kind of leads into the problems is it's too vague or too wordy. There's no real buy-in from all the stakeholders, whether it's the teachers or the students or community members may not even have, any idea what your mission or vision statement is. And really what it boils down to is it visible around the school? Do people see it? Is it talked about? Those types of things. And I think that's really, really important. So here's some personal thoughts that there is so much work put into such an amazing concept. A vision and mission statement really are a foundation for some of the school's programs. And then it really kind of becomes a waste of time in the grand scheme of things. Administrators are the leaders, and they need to continue to help keep all stakeholders invested, reminding teachers how important the vision and mission statements are, so that they'll remind students, talking about it um, when they have parent meetings and those types of things. And I do think that students need to play a more active role in maintaining the integrity of the mission and vision statements. But again, if it's not being talked about, it's really, really hard for kids to focus on something like that. So when looking at Scottsbluff Senior High School, where I teach, our mission statement, well, it's kind of vague, but it says Scottsbluff schools, every child, every day, everywhere. Our vision statement says where all students will learn in a safe, supportive environment where there are high expectations, partnerships with the community, and comprehensive programs. When looking at both of those, there was a few things, few thoughts I guess I had on that. The mission statement, it seems kind of vague to me. However, but as somebody who works in the district, I completely get it, because that really is our focus. Every student, every day, everywhere. That really is our primary focus. And so, but I think they kind of have to talk to you about that a little bit. And so, to me, it seems a little bit vague. Our vision, it really does make sense for the population of kids that we work with. Um, we're averaging about 45% poverty in our high school right now. And so when you think of, if we look back here, when you think of safe, supportive environments, that's really important for a lot of our kids, but also having high expectations with them. We also partner with our community. We partner with area businesses and industries to bring in some skills, and they teach some of our kids some trades. In our comprehensive programs right now, we're actually known for our career academies. So I actually think our vision statement's pretty good. Um, so how does it all support the education and well-being of students and adults? It really focuses on the positive supports and the high expectations that we have for our kids, which I think is incredibly, incredibly important, especially with some of the kids in the population that we work with. All right, well, that is my video. Thanks for listening.